heard it said before that we work on our dreams so we can thrive. If not, we'll work on someone else's and then we'll die. So let me introduce myself to you. I am Wanda D Hollis. Now the D is for Denise, a name given to me by my grandmother. And Wanda was given to me by my great-grandmother. So there you have it, Wanda Denise Hollis. Now some call me Wanda D and my close friends and family call me WD. But either way, I'm just passing through. You see, I came by to inspire you to live beyond your dreams, to go past the clouds and travel on Mars if that's what you so desire to do. Let me assure you that I truly believe in you. Your visions and hopes are seeds planted in you, put there for a reason, perfectly designed for you. I believe that the universe is simply waiting on you. Let me ask you a question. What are your desires? What is that thing? You know, that thing that burns inside of you. That thing that nags you. What is that dream that used to ride with you? I am here to tell you. I am here to encourage you. I am here to let you know that it's not too late to take that dream off the shelf and give birth and let it kiss the earth and then spread it as though it was a dessert. I am enough. I am enough, and yes, you are enough. You, and you too are enough. Now live, knowing and believing that there is nothing, absolutely nothing you can't do. Why? Because together, we are more than enough.
Hey now, it's me, Wanda D, the Motivational Queen, and I am your host for the I Am Enough talk show, brought to you right here live in the ATL inside of Instinct Radio Studios. So, what have you all been up to? It is Sunday, yes, Sensational Sunday, and man, my life has been turned upside down. But as long as God is still on the throne, I will be okay. First of all, I want to tell you about these ink pens right here. My cousin makes these ink pens. Aren't these some beautiful ink pens? Now, she can make you an ink pen based on whatever color you want. And also, I received a letter opener. So, I'm trying to get her to launch her business in a very dynamic way. And I just wanted to share with you on what you think about these. Ned, what do you think about these? They're gorgeous, right?
I think that they're beautiful. And blue is my favorite color, so it really caught my eyes, just kind of stopped and had to stare.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we already got an order for some blue ones, okay. So, what's been going on with y'all? Well, let me tell you, I did an event yesterday. It was absolutely dynamic. It was beautiful. It was the Purple Lipstick Monologue, brought to you by Melissa Holmes. She hails from New York, and this is about talking about domestic violence and just raising awareness for it, giving a voice to the voiceless, I should say, you know, helping our sisters out and our brothers, because men are abused as well. So this platform offered people to come on and speak their story. I performed a couple of pieces, and you know, just kind of like was able to really engage with a lot of beautiful people and build some great relationships. So I think their next stop is Maryland. You can find that information on my Facebook page. But it's just some great work that she's doing just all around the country. And let me see what else is going on. Well, today we're going to talk about hip-hop. We're celebrating hip-hop's birthday. Now, I have some wonderful guests that are going to be calling in, some pioneers from hip-hop that's going to be walking us through the history of hip-hop. All I know about hip-hop is I miss it. I miss that old school flavor of hip-hop, you know. And I did a Facebook Live earlier, and a gentleman was explaining his take on what he felt like hip-hop had devolved to, or evolved. It's both. It's going up and down. So it depends on what side of the spectrum you're looking at it. So I want to know from you. Call in, text us, let us know what your thoughts is on hip hop. Okay. What else is going on? So when we're going to take a short break, you're going to enjoy some of my original music from my I Am Enough CD that accompanies this book. If you all haven't gotten this book, you know, this is a plug. This is a plug for the book. Yes. It's a great book full of poetry, full of powerful affirmations to help you just carry on through your journey. And the subtitle is Stop Procrastinating and Start Living Your Dream Now. So with that being said, we're going to take a short pause. I want you to enjoy some music, and then we're going to come back and jump into the topic. Okay.
The biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
I heard it said before that we work on our dreams so we can thrive. If not, we'll work on someone else's and then we'll die. So let me introduce myself to you. I am Wanda D Hollis. Now the D is for Denise, a name given to me by my grandmother, and Wanda was given to me by my great-grandmother. So there you have it, Wanda Denise Hollis. Now some call me Wanda D, and my close friends and family call me WD. But either way, I'm just passing through. You see, I came by to inspire you to live beyond your dreams, to go past the clouds and travel on Mars if that's what you so desire to do. Let me assure you that I truly believe in you. Your visions and hopes are seeds planted in you, put there for a reason, perfectly designed for you. I believe that the universe is simply waiting on you. You see, I didn't always know that truth. Then one day, I woke up and I saw my greatness staring me back. It gave me the courage to believe and see what others had seen in me, what others had encouraged me to be. You see, I didn't always feel I was good enough, so I dabbled and played around with my talent and dream, didn't think that I could make the cut. And then I discovered that I am enough. I am enough. And not because I live life perfectly. You see, I often break the rules, but it's because I finally decided to take greater chances, determined to take the shackles off. My voice, my hands, and my heart, celebrating freedom. Knowing and believing that I am enough. I am free to be all. Yes, all that God has planned and planted for me. And like a bird that soars with no instructions, it just comes naturally. For my gift is to inspire you through these words. I hope you hear that my only mission is to encourage you. Let me ask you a question. What are your desires? What is that thing? You know, that thing that burns inside of you. That thing that nags you. What is that dream that used to ride with you? I am here to tell you. I am here to encourage you. I am here to let you know that it's not too late to take that dream off the shelf and give birth and let it kiss the earth and then spread it as though it was a dessert. I am enough. I am enough, and you are enough. We win together. Woven in the tapestry of love, it is the thread, and we are the bread that feeds the masses. It's our gift that changes classes. Don't take the semester off. School is still in session. And with the strength of Malcolm X, Dr. King, and Harriet Tubman, Langston Hughes, and my ancestors, pride, strength, and tenacity, and with the capacity running through my veins, for the magnitude does not compete with fame. It encompasses all that I am. No price tag or expiration date. It is the energy from the universe that impregnates. to deliver to you my gift in a very unique way. You see, I am enough, and you are enough too if you choose to believe. I recall when I was a little girl. Listen closer. My mama told me that I was beautiful, smart, and I could do anything I wanted to do. Those words have played over and over in my mind and in my heart. It just took me a little while to understand the totality of the sound. Yes, it just took me a little while to understand the totality of the sound. But here I stand, ready and willing to take my mountain and move on to new ground. And though the soil may be hard and work involved, see, I would only disappoint you if I didn't show up to bless you. It is my duty to prove to you that the greatest person you see, your reflection, it always stares back at you. I am enough. I am enough, and yes, you are enough. You, and you too are enough. Now live, knowing and believing that there is nothing, absolutely nothing you can't do. Why? Because together, we are more than enough. Playhouse. She comes home shocked. Hey, how did you get into my playhouse? I thought I took away your key and changed the locks. Now look at you, rummaging all through my thoughts. Are you serious? Redecorating my space? Removing my success picture and it's my time clock from the wall? Where did you put my journal? I know I left it over there. And what about the novel I'm working on? It was right beside the fridge next to that I Am Enough poem. How did you get into my playhouse? The last I saw you, you were at the House of Doubt. Had them all convinced that watching TV made a whole lot of sense. Even had a schedule and a timer set. And a bet with your 3 cousins, procrastinator, fear, and disbeliever, that we all would concede. I ran out of there quick. So how did you get into my playhouse? How did you make it past Isaiah 54:17? No weapon is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servant of the Lord, and their righteousness, and of me, saith the Lord. And Lord, I do accept. Amen. And what happened? Was my guard down? Did I sleep too sound? Or did you float into my window when I was listening to my Kindle and hearing my inspirational sounds? I thought my vision board and my daily declarations and my positive self-talk had you blocked. Again, I asked, how did you make it into my playhouse? I counted on my like-minded friends, accountability coaches, and my righteous spiritual leaders to keep you out. And lastly, I depended on mentors and role models and, of course, my dream making buddies to fill my plate. But somehow, you still managed to bounce into my playhouse. You took a seat as if you were invited. Oh no, I think not. I think it's time for you to go. And make sure you take all your friends, poverty, sickness, bitterness, and confusion. And don't forget lazy conformity and the oldest self-doubter. And did I mention procrastinator, people pleaser, and non-believer? Get them up out of here right now. It's time for them to go. And this time, I'm using security. Matthew 19:26. Jesus looked at them and said, with man, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible. So don't even think about returning to my playhouse. Turning to my playhouse. the lady. So, the shape of her behind and the sway from side to side mesmerizes you? Don't be. Now you think you're impressed by the size of her breasts and the feeling of the caress. Don't be. You admire the muscles in her thighs and the twinkles in her eye. Don't be. And you really quiver when you look at her lips. Now stop that. Do you know why you're so turned on by what you see? The outer look is what has you hooked, but surely you must know that she will up and go. She will leave you just as quick as you taste that. She will break your heart and never look back, unless you discern the lady trapped inside. The lady, she will amaze and inspire you to reach heights that no climax can provide you. The lady, she will take your mind to places you never knew existed, opening secret doors to release your full aura. The lady, she will dance with you and plan with you in hopes that you discover all the man in you. The lady, she will build you up and fill your cup with treasures that's sure to bring out the best in you. The lady, she will push you and pull you, encourage you to be all that God has planned for you. Look for the lady. Now don't settle for her style, for it's only a camouflage. Dig deep. That's where you'll find the unleashing of her mind. Dig deep, dig deep, dig deep. Don't take a peek and run. Wait for it. Wait for it. Look for the lady. With dancing canvases and playing connect the dots, she'll glance up for guidance before picking a spot. Now realizing that it's her time to hold the paintbrush in her hand, sadly she'll spin down into slippery slopes of paralyzing pictures. Their colors are shades of gray, with hopes of color strokes finding vivid tones, that the pain fades away. Look for the lady. Look for the lady. She'll stand designing another picture featuring the great I am. Look for the lady. She'll smile as the colors cooperate. The bleeding convinces that her love is not too late to paint the perfect picture. Just look for the lady. Just look for the lady.
Hey guys, it's me, Wanda D, the Motivational.
The biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
And we're back, and we're live inside of the studio, and I have the resident Astro Mama.
The resident astrologer, Astro Mama.
Resident astrologer, Astro Mama, is in his house. But what they don't know is that you are awesome. She got her hip hop stuff on, guys.
Oh yes.
She has her Biggie hat on.
Yes.
Her Biggie T-shirt on.
Yes.
Because
and Adidas.
Oh, and her Adidas. Okay, I don't have any Adidas.
Shelter.
I did have some Adidas for a long time. I think I wore them out, I never went back.
So synonymous with hip hop. And I'm from St. Albans, Queens, Murdoch, not that far from Hollis. I went to 192. Although Run DMC, they're a little older than me. But so I didn't like grow up with them in the sandbox or nothing like that. But I used to go to old friends' houses. Tara and Lynette house, and Ronnie Ray would come over there. Okay. The Afros used to come over there. I think Ronnie Ray knew Tara. So I did meet some affiliates, if you will. But I love hip hop. I love it. It's in my soul. It's in my heart. I used to think, well, that's just part of being a native New Yorker.
Right.
But I was talking to Hope, she from the Bronx. She was like, no, I wasn't really into it.
So,
like, and you born there? She was like,
so is the hip hop birth? Was that birthplace in New York?
Yes.
Okay.
The KRS-One said the South Bronx, but it later discovered was the West Bronx.
Okay.
Cedric, where Kool Herc was there. He lived there, and I believe he's Jamaican descent. And he started doing block parties, and he was playing music out of his car, things of that nature. Pardon the voice, y'all. And peppermint, throat lounges. Anyway, never mind. So it was born there, but I first came to hear it. I'm from Spanish Harlem. I'm from Queens by way of Harlem. Mm-hmm. So I'm born and raised in Manhattan. Mm-hmm. To about age 9, then we moved to St. Albans, Queens. And my older brother, Mac, he used to go to Harlem World. So as a little girl, I would hear him and his friends talk about Harlem World all the time, and the music that was there, Busy Bee, and these are all the pioneers, if you will, the originators of hip-hop, and they love it. And at the time then, because kids in urban areas, what's called the hood now, you will be very creative. You will do things, hopefully not bad things, but sometimes they happen too in the hood, but you will do things to be creative, to get that expression out of you. Mm-hmm. And now I know why. I was on the Sagittarian Minds website a while ago, and he had the natal chart up for hip-hop. Okay. I'm like, oh, okay, because, astrology, that's what we do. Astrologers, we look at, other astrologers' blogs and sites, and ones we respect, we look at them, and we study. I'm a perpetual student. So I said, wow, because it never even dawned on me to that moment I was on the site that hip-hop has a birthday. I know it started in the 70s, but he had the date there, August 11th, 1973. Okay. And I said hip-hop is
That's 44 years, right?
Yes. Okay. And Atlanta's on a 44, the grid or something. It's a master number, those fours, and Jay-Z with the 4. And we know 1 year. Mm-hmm. We're going to numerology. But as a little girl, hearing my brother and his friends talk about it, and his crew, and the Harlem, and it was big. And my mom, our parents all played the R&B in the house, you know what I mean? Right. But when he started playing Funky 4 Plus One More, The Joint, and all these other things, you listening, and it's just big, but you're in the moment. I thought hip-hop was for us. New Yorkers, that's it. You have, as a child, you don't have that type of presence of mind and think that it will expand globally. I'm glad it did, but in that moment, it's for your block, it's for the hood, it's for you, and it's expression. And now I know hip-hop is a master number. Leo's the 5th house. And Leo, that 5th house is about what you create. It's the sun, royal, regal, and I believe an oppressed people whose history has been stolen from them. And we're very creative people, melanin surplus people. We're very creative. Yes. So our history has been stolen from us. We create a new history. We keep creating because that's what we do. It's organic. It's natural for us to do that. And also, it gave voice to the voiceless. You know what I mean? Because most artists back then, I would gather, was just writing out of frustration, just writing to get this stuff out of you because you feel so, congested, if you will, constipated, spiritually constipated with so much on your mind, injustices and things of that nature. Right. But the music, the dance, the block parties, it was just big. It was big. It still is, but it was more, in my opinion, wholesome and authentic then. Because you looking around you and you writing down what's going on. Right. There was some party music too, but it's an escape. It's a 5th house element all the way. 5th house all the way, and that's a royalty house. You know what I mean? So I get it.
So what was you said as a child, and that's when you first kind of like got into it, and
from my brother,
from your older brother. So do you remember the first song that you fell in love with in hip hop?
That I heard him play was Funky 4. Now he probably played more than that, but where I paused and then locked into the lyrics, Funky 4 Plus One More. That was a 4 group, for four dudes and one girl. The plus one was the girl. And it's called It's the Joint. The song was It's the Joint. And I was like, okay. You know, I really, really paused and stopped. I'm like 9, maybe 9 or 10.
Okay.
And then by the time we got to Queens, it was Run DMC. And I'm from Murdoch. And, you know, all your friends like, you know, they right from Hollis. I'm like, they right from Hollis. And they was just calling the whole group, you know, little girls and playing double dutch, you know. I think it's called DJ Run. The whole group is called DJ Run, just the DJ. They would say, I think that's the group. But we were just so proud that they were right from Hollis. We were like, they right down the block. And we're like, no, girl, they oldie. We can't go down here looking for them. But we was very proud of LL Cool J and Run DMC. And
Right.
I was cool with Simone. Simone, my then friend Tawana, was cool with Sloan and Simone. And we used to talk. I remember Simone was talking about some guy. I don't know. She was like, well, we don't talk to him no more. Because she was calling the guy Alex. And we thought all this time his name was Alex. She was like, no, that's his mom. I'm Coach from Alexander's. He was like, that's why I call him Alex. But anyway, we used to have a lot of fun on the block talking. And we was very happy when LL married Simone. That she's truly a round-the-way girl.
Right.
So, you know,
Wow.
from then LL could do no wrong in my book. You marry somebody from around the way, we will love you forever. That's
Forever.
it. You know?
And you know, I was watching his old stuff,
His videos, yes,
today,
yes.
because you know I was like,
Classics.
okay, yeah, and they are so they're so just you were like, it put you right there in the moment, you know,
Genuine.
yeah,
Music marks time.
just so,
every time I listen,
everything.
I'm right back there.
Yeah, so I
there.
posted some on the on my Facebook, and you know, our plans were we were going to run some YouTube videos, but, and I'm speaking to our Facebook family, we're not doing that because we don't want to be shut down from Facebook, and Facebook will shut us down and probably lock my account.
Terrible.
I mean, I had that going on. Remember when I was trying to do my Wake Up Winning, and I would be playing some motivational music
They
in the
stopped
back,
it.
and they just all of a sudden, remember Renee, they just like shut me down. I was like, what's going
With
on?
no email, no warning.
No warning or anything.
Wow.
And it's disheartening because I see so many other people doing so much other stuff.
And getting away with it.
Yeah, and it's like why y'all picking on me? I'm the motivational queen.
Exactly. And your intent is
I'm
pure,
not,
is good.
Right. And I'm saying I'm not, pirating anybody's stuff.
And
but
then
anyway.
there's the Fair Use Act, Title 17. So I'm like,
Yeah.
you
I
know,
don't
but you know, the statute. I got 95 credits in legal studies, and my own professor, who's a lawyer, said, "Well, you know, it's legal fictions." And we looking at him like, "Well, what are you admitting it's lies?" He said, "Don't call it lies. It's legal fictions, meaning they could bend it and do, statutes and codes."
Yeah,
Girl,
well, it's
that's
okay.
a whole nother topic.
It's okay. So this is why we're not going to play our, designated videos. But I do want to talk about. You mentioned Run DMC, right?
Yes, Black Park. Well, that's
Okay.
that's Harlem.
So one of my
Jamaica
that
Park.
that I put on here was Rock Box.
Oh yes,
So
Yes.
does that not take you back?
junior high school, Rock Box, Nicole, Nikki Starsha. Yes, Rock Box. We used to jam. We had a good time. Let me see what was really what they rocked around the way, because Rock Box was like really mainstream. We played it, but my Adidas, we would lose our mind in the block party.
Okay.
Doing a Smurf, we would lose our whole entire mind.
My Adidas. Okay.
And like Adidas became synonymous with hip hop since then.
We're supposed to have.
I know, but
so-
just to talk about it, it's to celebrate.
Look at Hope is dressed like a hip hopper,
No, she's a dashiki.
but that was the hip hop too back then.
Yeah, you may be
A little
pro black. My
Yeah.
mom was a 70s. My
Right,
mom
that's
was
70s.
That
is
but you know
70s.
they listen to that's Curtis Mayfield. That's mama her crew music.
Okay. Well,
Harlem,
anyway,
baby, Harlem.
we gotta stay on track.
No doubt.
So, another favorite was Houdini.
Oh, high school. Yes, they played that in the lunchroom.
Yes.
I went to Princeton in Manhattan.
Remember in the
They played in your lunchroom too?
We would dance. You would always
It was
be
like a
able to
disco. It was a
dance.
club.
Yes.
And security guards
they
let
don't
you.
do that anymore.
I think
in
the
high
security
school.
guards are really like cops or something. But
It
back
was
then,
like that was the favorite part of school, getting to
Dancing.
go right to
the cafeteria.
To the cafeteria. You have your lunch, and then it was an extra little special.
and some
time
guy
of
had a big
dancing.
boom box.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he lug all that on the train? You live in Manhattan. I went to school in Manhattan. You live up the block from Manhattan? No, I live in Brooklyn. You lug that thing from Brooklyn? I mean, LL Cool J, my radio. It would be big. And
Yeah.
you put it in the lunchroom, plug it in, and we would just lose our mind. They played Larry, Houdini, Larry, Love. Remember that?
Yes.
And AJ. They played all that in the high school. And the security enforcement, the Tyrone, blessed be upon his spirit, he was the head of security. He let her do everything, smoke weed, he didn't give a shit. Just don't disrespect him and his officers, his team. Or if he tell you to do something, just do it. I was helping get Tyrone in trouble. That was the 80s. He be retired, but I think I heard he passed away. But our school was the bomb. Oh, and the thing about going to school in Manhattan.
Don't get anybody in trouble.
No, Tyrone would be retired, but I was to high school in the 80s. But, I just, from
He
working
might
in
stop
law
his
enforcement.
pension or something.
No, he made the transition.
Oh, okay.
Stop his pension. And look,
Who's getting his
it's
pension?
hearsay. I
It's
got 95
hearsay.
in legal studies. They ain't got no proof. Can you prove he let us smoke weed in a stairwell? But yeah, my high school was one big fun thing. It was terrible. My mom came and got me, and it was very embarrassing. I'm telling people to lock the lunchroom door, and they were like, "No, run that way." It was just, my mom would wail on you in front of people. I was like, "Oh, not in front of all these cuties."
You must have had the same mom I did.
Oh yeah, it was just she wailed on me in junior high school for playing hooky. You think I would learn?
But you didn't.
It was too much fun. But she got me out of there. I had to go to school in Manhattan Satellite. Queens Satellite.
So what? Okay, so then, but you go deep into hip hop because
I was married.
You was married to someone,
a music producer. Yes.
So what's his? You want to share his name?
DJ Panda. My career. Yeah, that was my ex. That is my ex-husband. That was my husband. My husband. No disrespect, Mickey. Yeah. But I met him in '88.
So what was his? How was that relationship with hip hop and with him and what you learned? What was your, likes, dislikes?
Well, until I met Mickey, I met him on the train December 8th, 1988. He says it was the E train. I say it was the F train because they didn't open up Archer Avenue for the E train till December 11th, 1988. I'm a numerologist and astrologer. Never mind. So he and I go back and forth. But me and Mickey, he worked for Con Ed, and then I worked for Transit. And I was young, but we were on a train. I was coming from my boyfriend's house. I know it's bad. That makes me bad.
No.
He's a hustler from Dykeman Projects. He went to jail after. You don't know when you'll meet love. Don't judge me. But
I wouldn't dare judge you.
No, but judge away. I don't give a shit. No, but what I'm saying is, it is what it is. I was young. I was 19 and spry and cute. I was a cutie patootie. I think they thought too, and I had attention to prove so. But in any event, I had my doobie, Dominicans in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? But I was dating a hustler, Dykeman, and he was a rapper too.
Okay.
And he's still fly. When you read my memoir, you're going to see when I ran into him. When I was at the domestic violence shelter in my late 30s. I told you I had to beat that asshole. I was dating Casper. Casper, the unfriendly ghost. I was dating that bitch. And I had no criminal record. He going to call the cops on me because he laid hands. I laid hands in return. That's another topic. You can read about that. But I ran into the Dykeman boyfriend. Yeah. I was so heartbroken because I truly looked like I was in the domestic violence shelter. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh my God, is that him? Never mind.
Okay.
But how he kept the fly factor all these years. Where there must be Harlem. Must be the Harlem in his veins. But any event, I met my music producer husband. We're both 19, but he had beard, so I thought he was older. He was on the train, and he was sitting here. We was sitting 180 degrees, and then a woman came on the train.
The numbers.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm
That's
just
astrology. That's
astrology.
Astro Mama here. A woman got on the train. She wasn't homeless. Now, just regular dress, but New Yorkers can get, irate when they feel like it. Somebody was sleeping across 3 seats. A homeless man. That happened in Detroit. Do they sleep across 3 seats? The homeless people?
I don't know.
Not in New York. Not with that woman today. Okay. She was like, "Get up! You ain't paid for 1 seat, let alone 3." So she's cussing him out and she's saying all kinds of things about his nationality. And then the other people on the train of that nationality, she was like, "I ain't nobody against your nationality. Okay, I'm talking to him." And then the whole train just burst out in laughter, and then that's when me and Mickey catch eyes because he had on his orange vest, I don't know, butter soft leather, olive green leather, long coat with the belt and like that, and the doobie, I was sitting, and me and Mickey caught eyes, and then I said, He didn't look hip hop, but we young. I know he's a cute guy. He looked Jamaican descent, but he was coming from the manhole in Con Edison. So I knew he had benefits. He had a good job. Right. And then I wanted to transition from dating drug dealers to a guy with benefits, because a drug dealer wants you to do his bid with him.
Right.
I'm telling you, I'm not no disrespect. They ain't got no more drug dealers no more. The feds watch this shit. I don't know these niggas no more. I no phone numbers and no emails. Anyway. If a drug dealer get knocked, he wants you to do his bid. You don't do his bid with his and his cousin, Renee and Keisha, all of them, and kick your motherfucking ass. Yep. So I'm like, and that'd be a plus. So you can hear something worse happen to girls who don't treat the bid with him. Like, he's spending money on you, and then you gonna forget him when he go and get knocked. No. Now, I don't mind sending a few care packages. I send him some care boxes, you know what I'm saying? I went to visit him here and there.
Okay,
but,
Yachty.
Not while I was married to you, Mickey. I didn't visit him while I was married to you. Because he was like, she went to visit him while we were married, in case he see the shit. But I didn't, Mickey, I didn't. So in any event, we're on the train, and our eyes meet, and it's that spark. You know with that. You're a woman, you know with that. I was like, oh my heavens, he noticed me. You know what I'm saying? So, but then he goes back to sleep. I'm like, oh, he really has a good job. He puts him to sleep on the train. So I wrote my phone. This is before cell phones. 88. It was before I had a cell phone. Okay, I didn't know if it had to be.
Didn't too many people have cell phones? In 88, we only
hustlers had cell phones. They was
doctors,
big, chunky,
professional,
big
phones in the cases. Yeah.
I think me and Mickey just had beepers, but I wrote my phone number down on a piece of paper, and I folded it up, and I said I'm going to drop it in his lap when I get off on my stop, and run off the train. Because there's a little shy element. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why he get up and stand up at the same stop, Parsons Boulevard? I was like, oh my heavens.
So now how you going to give him the number?
Well, he spoke first. He was like, hi. And then he put his hand in the small of my back, like, help me off the train. It was so cute. And then up the stairs in the train station, he's kept his hand on the small of my back. I said, if he let it fall past my buttocks, we have to fight. Because, even though I liked him. But, you don't.
Yeah, you can't.
No cheap thrills so soon. You didn't even go out to have dinner or nothing. No pizza, nothing. No cheap thrills. Is this rated? Oh, is this rated R?
Don't worry about it. You've already broke all the rules.
Oh, and I'm cussing. Have you heard? You heard nothing? Master number. You heard curse words before? I don't mean no harm for that. He said, "He's a baby in the studio." The baby in the studio, y'all. Anyway, so from that night, we go up the steps to his buses, the orange bus going up the hill, up Casino. I'm waiting for it was called the Q3A back then. LL said it in the rap verse. In the center of it all is the Q3. Yep, Q3A. Now it's the 83, and I'm waiting for my bus. He waited for me. It was so high school and cute because by 19 I'm out of high school, GED, but still out. Anyway, we said, well, do you have a phone number? I said, here. He said, you have ready-made numbers already? I'm like, no. I had it already written for you. He said, you did? So it was so cute right there on Parsons and Hillside. Ironically, that's the nickname he gave Casper. When I turned 38, I met him never mind when I was 38. The Casper, he called him Parsons and Hillside. I tell you in the car why. Anyway, so, Mickey, remember you called him Parsons and Hillside?
Okay.
Anyway, so we're on the phone 7 hours, and that's when he tells me he produces music. And I'm like, well, you know how to, because in your mind, you don't think you'll meet someone who knows how to make a song. We buy music, especially back then. In the record store, we buy them. I'm like, you know how to make a song at 19? He was like, yeah, it's easy. I'll show you, Chubby. And he's called me Chubby right away, which hurt my feelings at 19 because am I that plump? Because I was much smaller then than I am now. Chubby would be apropos now. Because he's a guy, you know how you meet people who give you a nickname right away?
Right.
He's that guy.
He gave you a nickname.
Chubby. I was Chubby, Tangy, and Chip back then because I had blemishes, so he said chocolate chip. I didn't think the shit was cute.
Okay.
But in any event, that's when I really fell in love with hip-hop, was when I was on the phone with him for 7 hours straight,
so
overnight.
What were y'all
just
talking about for 7 hours?
Just music, hip-hop, and R&B, and sampling, and what that process is.
Talk about
He's
sampling.
from Long Island.
Is this sampling? Has that gotten people? I know it's gotten a couple people in trouble.
It did. Biz Markie. Mike knew Biz in Long Island. A lot of the Long Island guys he knew, and Rakim's from Wine Dance and things of that nature. And he knew these stories. Sampling back then when hip hop was being created, we're young. We're young. You're just making a song, and you're looping it and doing what you're doing. He wasn't a loop master though. He was very creative with the keyboards and things of that nature. But you're not thinking that the people of the original who made the original which they have every right to do. But you don't think they're going to come for you like that. And they come for you legally. And when the guys are so young, it's like,
Yeah, they
you
didn't
know, like, what do you know? First of all, I think I heard Run, if I'm not mistaken, in an interview when he was like, I didn't even think white people noticed us. Like, they listen to our music. So back then, you're shocked that you're even on these people's radar. But hip-hop was picking up with such traction, and it was moving. I mean, hip-hop grew wings, legs. I mean, I think it's safe to say with the New Yorkers I was around, it shocked us. Like, it's global. We were really, really shocked behind that. And happy for hip-hop just taking off. It's like raising a baby and just grows up so quick and leaves your house and leaves your home. The home would be New York and just travels, you know what I mean? So they saw the money it was generating, and they went after them, these guys, and sued them. And then you had to get samples cleared, and that's when that started. But early on, he just knew how to make a song. And he had his own crew of friends who rapped from Long Island, Queens, and they would come to his house.
And it's kind of like
work.
It's kind of like what you said. When you're young, you're not really looking at the whole legal aspects.
Just having
you're
fun.
Just having fun, and you say, "Well, we love that from like James Brown or something." So we're going to throw some of that in there, and then they don't know that. Okay, well, you didn't get permission to use that
when it takes off. The thing back then was making a demo tape on Maxell and try to get it to Mr. Magic or things of that nature. He used to shop his demos tirelessly. But he worked in Manhattan anyway at Con Ed, so after work he'd just be doing that. And I don't know, knowing him, meeting him made me, I loved hip-hop anyway, but just for fun, but to see it like a future, like a business, like something you can build your life with and pay bills and things of that nature, he opened my eyes to that. You know what I mean? It's a great outlet to create.
Was he, I know he was a producer, but was he also into touring and playing live and stuff like that?
He did go on, he got an ASCAP award, and he took a picture with Jimmy Jam. He was so proud of that.
Oh, Jimmy
Jam.
He
did. But he got in, like how Lauryn Hill says, sometimes we touch the dream and in her everything is on. But anyway, he got in just a smidgen. He had met MC Shan. I'm going to tell the truth from our barometer and our perspective. Okay. He met MC Shan, which is a pioneer of hip-hop. He did the bridge, Queensbridge. That is a classic. It will forever be a classic. And he met him, and he started working with him. And then he had a friend from Long Island. He called him Ak. I can't think of his name. But they went and worked with Shan, and they created this song called Informer. Made by a Caucasian artist from Canada. And the song went double platinum, but somehow Mike wasn't included in the, I don't know, initially he was not included in the proceeds, if you will, the finances generated from that song, that hit song. And at first he was just really, really hurt. And he had managers back then. He had one since deceased, Randy's passed away. And then he had Mike after Randy. And Mike and Randy was friends. I don't know how that happened, but they're both two Jewish managers. And they would tell him, because the song came on, if Informer came on, or if any of Shan's music came on the radio or on TV, Mike would just be like, cut it off, or he'll cut it off, and he'll just, avoid trying to hear that. He seemed sort of jaded with hip-hop or the industry. And then Randy was trying to get him deals, just to be a producer, a production deal, and they wanted his publishing. And we're young, we're in our 20s by now. We don't know what does that mean, but we know something is wrong with somebody wanting 100%. Just the common sense of knowing I create something and you want 100% of it. That's that just doesn't compute. Yeah, right. That's just vampiric. It just something was wrong. Even in our 20s, we knew something is wrong. When someone wants your whole baby, I can't have the arm or the baby toe, the pinky toe. You want the whole baby? Something, fifth house. So something was very wrong with that. And they would tell them, oh, no, you have to pay your dues and things of that nature. Just the first, I think they told him the first 7 projects, because he's thinking 7 years. No, the 7 projects, the first 7 projects, they wanted 100% publishing. As a producer, you're going to get so much work. You'll be through the first 7 projects in no time. But then he went to do the research. This is before the internet. This is the 90s. So he had to, get books and go to the library. And I was at home, stay-at-home mom and wife. So I would help him research this whole publishing thing, and that's eternal money. So your first 7
That's
projects,
your legacy for your children.
exactly. That first 7 projects could make infinite millions. We don't even know if it would hit big. You could make a thriller, like the Michael Jackson Thriller, within those 7 projects. And Mike was like, no. He just wouldn't sign the paperwork, the Ice Cube scene when you saw the movie Straight Outta Compton, when he wouldn't sign. I think of when I saw the movie, I thought of my Mickey. He was like, oh, no, I'm not signing that. Because when you're young, in your 20s, they think you're just eager to get famous.
Right.
And his thing has always been behind the scenes.
Kind of like what happened with New Edition. They signed
just
the paperwork.
eager to be famous and get.
Yeah.
And not that that's bad. If you have a lot of 10th house well aspected, you're born to be seen. You're born to be on that stage. So it's not like it's a bad thing. People get call them fame whores. They get bad
but they
press.
have to.
But look at the natal chart. They may be born to do that, to be on that stage.
Exactly.
But Mickey, I didn't know his natal chart back in the 90s, but he knew that he preferred to be behind the scenes. So he was like, don't this, I guess they thought it was arrogant. He was like, don't this happen to artists? You mean this happen to producers too? So he was stunned. And Randy got him to meet Russell Simmons before 9/11. He was you ever saw Russell Simmons' house cribs when he
Yeah.
Mickey was in there. He described it to me. So Randy did get him into meetings with a lot of big people. You know what I mean? But he just wouldn't sign anything because it never sound right. It never sound right that you want everything. At one point he was like, I can't have 2%. They was like, you have to earn your way. You have to pay your dues, is how they spoke to him. You have to earn the 2%. But he said, isn't the hard work, the work I'm doing in the music, ain't that the earning it? Producing great music, ain't that earning it? And the public is going to pay you back when they buy the music. So I don't we just couldn't get it. But now we get it. With YouTube, you look at all kinds of videos and see what that really means when they want to rob you of your legacy like that. But that's when he got pretty jaded with the end. He still loves music. He still makes music too. But
he's not producing anymore.
At home, just for himself. But he has a huge body of work that told him to try to get on iTunes or, work it, just own your music and do it yourself on the internet.
Well, because now, there is a lot more avenues to get your music out. And I was talking to someone the other day. We were talking about how when hip-hop first came out and, artists wanted to go to Motown because, black owned, and they were like, hey, let's go to Motown, but they were shut down because they didn't want rap. They felt like, hip-hop was rap and it's not going to last.
They thought it was a fad.
And they thought it was a fad, and oh no, you can't come this way. But now you see, whereas it's lasted, this form of expression has lasted. I don't think it's the same.
No.
I think it's a lot different now. What do you find? Do you think it's devolved or evolved?
Well, I'm in my late 40s, so I do believe that it has devolved because not just mumble rapping, you can't make out what they're saying. Pardon me, people, pardon me, y'all. But I study a lot, so I know it's been infiltrated. From the videos and stuff I've read Black Dot's book, Hip Hop Decoded. I read a lot. I read Professor Griff's book. I don't want to have to tinkle. I don't want to walk away from the interview. Okay. The tinkle is inappropriate.
Well, we could take a break if you needed to.
Oh, we do get breaks. I'm bugging. But listen to me.
Back
then, your DNA is.
It's a box. I'm sorry. They don't mind me. It's a box right behind there that has some in it. Okay.
Water. Okay.
Yeah. So tell me.
DNA. The way I look at hip hop. And this is just my own thoughts. I can't give y'all links anywhere to go find this. When they kidnapped us from Africa, what's called Africa is really called Al-Kebalan. When they kidnapped us, took our languages from us, pardon me, y'all, and our culture, that information is still in your blood. Your cellular memory is still in your blood. DNA is data in the blood. So that cellular memory that's in your blood is laying dormant. So I think rapping, thank you. I think rapping, I'll put it back here. I think rapping rap music, especially rappers who rap real fast. Remember Roots? You saw Roots? Remember when they were on a ship and they were, bound together, and 18 inches. Howard Zinn history book, 1492 to present. That measurement of how they were in there was not happenstance. I read that book and was like, everything was mathematical. They stole our astrology, our math, and things of that nature from Kemet, which is now called Egypt. But Kemet is chemistry. So all our divine sciences they took and they used it to their benefit and against us, as per my studies, my school of thought. Okay. My school of thought. You have yours, I have mine. Okay? That's not for you, that's for the detractors. But in the event, so they already know about the astronomy and how to, this lunar moon, happy lunar moon in Aquarius, y'all. Y'all do your aqua things, friendship, Aquarius rules friendship, math, DNA, the ankles. Y'all know Aquarius rules the ankles. And it's the scientists. Although Scorpio is forensics, psychological geniuses with Scorpios. But y'all do y'all Aquarian things, y'all Aquarian rituals, y'all get that all out. There's lunar. Shout out to all the Aquarians. Please stay strong. I see those Aquarian videos on YouTube, sons of sick bitches. Let me tell you something. There's something called aqua envy. You hear me? Astro envy and aqua envy. Aquarius is the information behind the sun. You know, the rays, the information that's in that sun, Leo. You take a coin. One side is Aquarius, one side is Leo, but it's the same entity. Aquarius rules electricity. It's the information behind. It has the Leo sun. It has its back. It's the information behind the sun. That is aqua envy. It's the adult of the zodiac. You know, all you hating ass little bitches on YouTube talk about Aquarius. Oh, wait till I do my aqua video. Y'all wait. But in the event, it's some bullshit.
Got that out?
It's some bullshit. Now, I had to, it's Uranus and Saturn, and y'all don't even want to mess with Saturn, okay? Okay, so listen to me. But happy lunar moon eclipse in Aquarius. Okay. Friendship. Friendships are going to eclipse y'all. But back to hip hop, which is ruled by Leo. Aquarius is opposite. Same shit. And Rakim is an Aquarius. Hi, Rakim. I see a documentary. Okay.
I'm going to put my finger up.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
So,
I just what it is.
We're going to take a short break. And then we're going to come back. We're going to talk more about hip hop. We're going to talk more about how hip hop and astrology, that's very important. And some of us don't realize that, but we're all one. We're all connected. So, Astro Mama's here. She's going to be bringing us some information. I want you all to we're going to take a quick pause for the cause, and then we're going to come right back and diving into some more hip-hop history. Okay?
The biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
Entangled. I am not as naive as Little Red Riding Hood, though I'm not as brave as Michelle Obama or Coretta Scott King. Risking my life to fight a cause? I think not, but who knows? Who knows? Today I stand for the voiceless, the hopeless, the prisoners of unjust and lost souls. The penniless, the unassured, the elderly we cast away, the enslaved categorized as mindless. I keep standing so they don't pass away. Time tells of paths to follow. Will tomorrow ever come? My heart beats to heat waves of yesterday, hopscotch, lollipops, penny candy and skate parties. Looking for red lights and dungeons and kisses of sweet beats. Behind the candles melt down, wax everywhere. Roll, bounce. Yeah, roll, bounce. You know, parking lots that misdirect. I can't squeeze my mind between the lines and box up my thoughts. I dreamed of the pops I never knew. Did he look like me and how did he walk? How did he talk and why did he leave? His little girl fatherless, to crush beats on pavement and blackened concrete. Skid marks on upside down dreams. Mary Poppins and My Fair Lady, that just doesn't seem real to me. Can't get over the rainbow, too cold in the desert. Sunbeams telling lies behind scenes. Wallpaper hiding art, despair to tricky things. Madness on eclipse of harvesting moonlight. Plowed and pulled and all directions, between rhythm and rhyme interludes or unsung preludes on steroids, looking for my hero. I'm just looking for my hero. Have you seen my hero? So sweet, I kiss the streets, make vows to the unknown. In the trenches is where I eat. Birth to babies, discarded feces, wrapped in brown paper bags, watching buildings burn as we all turn into ash. Entangled. In the end, we all turn into ash. Loveless. See, this is what I do. I pause these.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're now tuning into the very best. It's yours truly, Jazzy Fizzle. And this is Instinct Radio, man. Tune in, baby. Oh, boy.
Hey guys, we're back inside of Instinct Radio Studios. I am Wanda D, the Motivational Queen, your host. This is my co-host, Astro Mama. This is the I Am Enough talk show, and we are talking about hip-hop and a lot of other stuff. So just put your seatbelts on and go for it. You know, I tried to have a conference with Astro Mama. It didn't work out real good, so we're just gonna strap up. You know how transparent I am. I'm always gonna come back and tell you what goes on behind the scenes, so then you can understand what's in front of the scene. Okay, that's my duty to you. So, Astro Mama,
Hi, y'all.
we're talking about hip hop and just all of the bells and whistles of it, so to speak, and what moves it. And my question was the change in hip hop. Now what this is my take. I think that the hip hop has some sweet spots in it, you know, as it's changing. One thing I like about it now is the artists are seemingly more educated in protecting their intellectual property.
Absolutely.
Whereas before, back in the days, you know, they weren't educated. This is, and I always think back to the movie. This isn't hip hop, but it is when Ray Charles sat down there and he said, "I want to own my masters."
Absolutely.
You know, so if everybody had have probably seen that movie back in the day, they probably would be a lot stronger today. Because I remember what happened with Toni Braxton. You know, she lost everything. You know, just bad decisions in music, period. And we see that transfers over to radio and television and all this other kind of stuff. So people have to be very, very cautious and very protective of their intellectual property. You know, you have to sign off, you have to read fine print, you have to, you know, get several advisors to say, hey, that sounds good, or that's correct, you know, because when you're reading it from a legal standpoint, you know, it's like wah. So you need somebody to kind of break that down into
if you
proper.
can trust them.
Right, that's what I'm saying. If you can trust them, so it's like, okay, let me take it to you, and you read it, and let me see what you have to say. Let me take it over here, and kind of like get a second and third opinion on that. But what I like about what I see happening in hip hop is they're doing a better job of expanding, like brand expanding is something that hip hop. I admire hip hop for that.
They started it
right because they like, hey, not only can I use this platform to make music, but I also can bring a product. I can bring a hat line. I can bring a clothing outfit. I can buy a water company or soda company or alcohol company, you know, and get my own personal movement going. So then they have these different streams because talk a little bit about economics. We have to have more than one stream of income.
That's true.
And back in the day, music was just, I just love to sing, so I just want to do my music. But then they didn't take that platform and develop it out like they do now. And that's what I love about hip hop now, is the fact that they just saying, you know what, I can not only make music, if I want to write a book, I can write a book, I can bring that on, you know, so you got a lot of...
Because you're the magnet. Anything you do, your fans want,
Right.
what is he doing? What, you know, what is she doing?
Right.
So you're the magnet. So whatever you're doing, whatever you're drinking, they're watching that. And then those sales could, you know, spike.
And they want
as
to
long as
know.
they don't sign a 360-degree
Right.
contract. Because whatever you do, the record label gets a part of it. Unless you're independent. I like Chance the Rapper. I like his blueprint, what I've read so far on the internet.
Tell me about him. I'm not really familiar with him.
I wasn't either. He's one of the newer rappers. I can't give you a song. Again, I'm in my 40s, late 40s. But I saw a Q-Tip interview on the internet, and he mentioned him. You see, Q-Tip is from my era. He's from St. Albans, too, from around the way.
Okay.
We used to run up on you, Q-Tip, remember? In Tawana, the Sharon, he may not remember. But yeah, we used to run up on him. He was always polite, and I used to be like, girls, don't run up on me, you're Aries. Because they're not into astrology. What you talking about that astrology? You shut up with that. Roll right up on them.
What's up with the Aries? You don't want to run because Renee's an Aries. I know people don't run up on her either. Cause
no, they're the god of war, and we on his block. Not we didn't stalk him.
I'm
We
glad
didn't stake out.
she's
We
on
just
my
happened to
side.
be around the way. We're like, oh, there we go, Q-Tip. We out the car, and he's standing there like, oh God, not them again. But he was patient and polite. Fife was always sweetheart, always nice, and he was always present in the moment and nice and stuff. But again, we don't even think to get autographs then because we're all the same age, your peers.
Right.
But now with hip hop blowing up, I'm like, oh gosh, we should have got an autograph back then.
You would have had all of those autographs.
Yeah, they're right around the way you see these people. But you just don't think about it. They're your peers, you know. You're happy for them,
But you're not like, you don't see them as stars. You just see them as...
no, you pretty much see them on video music box and hot tracks, all that good stuff. I don't think Tip was on no hot tracks, but you see them on TV on the late night, but you still don't think that it will go into decades and decades and they become legends and pioneers. Had we had that presence of mind, I would have had everybody autograph. You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't think that. And they would have gave it. They standing right there. But you just don't think to ask because you don't see them. You don't see, not them, but you don't know hip-hop will go into decades like this, you know?
It's lasting.
It's 44
I
years
remember
old.
people
I'm so
saying
proud
it
of it.
wasn't going to last, and now you know. I remember they said one of my favorites was, and I'm sure this is in this mainstream, of course, the Sugar Hill Gang.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
and
That's a
then the
classic.
girl group that went along with them, which Angie Stone,
Oh,
Angie
yeah,
B was
yeah.
in that group.
Sequence.
Was it Sequence?
Sequence, because their birthdays is boom, boom, boom. You
Okay.
see it unsung?
No.
Oh, that was my jam.
Yeah,
too.
I gotta check out some. I'm behind in my
Right on.
Oh
you know,
yeah,
funk you.
right on up.
That was the jam.
My name is something, and they call me something. I remember Blondie.
I love it. Blondie, that was the girl.
Yeah.
We were in the hood. We got with Blondie when she mentioned Fab Five Freddy. But I used to go to Rooftop or more East,
See, now
USA, the roller
I
rink.
didn't grow up in Brooklyn, don't you, Renee? Like we should.
Y'all had a roller rink. Y'all had roller rink in
Detroit.
Yeah,
But I'm
they
just
played
saying, you
music
was
there.
like right there with the people.
Yeah, but when you're young, you're in the moment. When I was at Lamar East, MC Shan was there that night.
Okay.
TJ Swan, I think he was there. I think he dropped the mic or something. Girl, but we had a good time. And I saw Jam Master Jay. I met him then there in person. Very polite guy. That guy, Eric, that's with DMC. I had a crush on him in 192. And my then friend...
Is there anybody you didn't have a crush on?
Well, they had a crush back.
Well, I know they had a crush back.
Some of them was very mutual, okay?
Hey,
No, but
guys, do me a favor.
It was
If
cuties in New York. New York in the 80s, cuties.
I know.
Plentiful. Oh, before they brought the crack in, and oh gosh, and they went to jail because the crack epidemic.
Yeah, well,
they selling
the
it.
crack took a lot of people down.
I think
But
that
just
was the
wanna
plan.
I want to encourage people to call in if you have any questions, or if you want to share some comments or your favorite stories about hip hop, or share with us your favorite song. Call in 478-569-6474. Call in, and we would love to hear from you. So, what is your favorite female?
Salt and Pepper. I met them too. Always nice. I went to Queensboro too.
Okay.
Yeah. Always nice, always respectful, and always present. You know how you can meet a star and they look like they're
Thinking about something
drifting
else.
away. I don't know about now today in this climate of the world, but when you meet Salt, she's present right there with you. I've been to the church, the CCC in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
She's a doll, always pleasant. Pepper too.
They
I
were
had
supposed
Pepper's
to be
book.
doing like a
She signed
comeback
it.
or something, or doing
Salt
something.
Pepper, I think they on tour. I love the
Yeah.
90s tour, yeah. Maisha went to the recent one they had over here, the festival.
Okay.
We should go to the next one, most definitely.
Yeah, we
I'll
had a lot of
text you.
stuff going on that
Yeah,
same
you could
day.
bring booze. You could bring your patio chair. Maisha brought booze. I said, stay, girl, they got you drinking that shit. They got the booze in the plastic. She bought food. I'm like, you can eat there? How can you dance?
Was it at the park?
It was some festival, old school hip hop festival.
Oh, it was at Grant Park.
They brought food.
Yeah, it's free.
No, that's the house music. That's house.
Okay, I'm getting
house
mixed
music too.
up.
I went to Studio 54. So, Nile Rodgers, I read your book because the Sugar Hill Gang, they had to cock the guns. He went to sue them. Nile Rodgers, I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna do a video for your book, a book review. I don't know. Get this to tweet this to Nile Rodgers, somebody.
We'll send
That
it
book
to
is
him.
good. The Freak. Oh, I couldn't put the thing down. But he mentioned hip hop in there.
Okay.
Oh man, the book, the hip hop books, the memoirs. I read yours, LL Cool J. I've read Prodigy's, Rising Power, Prodigy. Oh, and I even cried in Prodigy's, and I didn't expect to cry. I cried towards the end when he spoke about bravado. That street, the bravado, and he spoke about, because you're not really like that with your mother, and you're not like that with the women in your family, but something how he broke that down, I just started crying. He was still alive and and well when I read that book. But the memoirs, Pepper's memoir, zipped right through that too. Yeah, I'm still addicted, very much addicted to old school hip hop.
Right.
Still plugged in.
I am too. It's just something about old school music of any kind.
That's true.
Any kind, whether it's hip hop, R&B, old school, because everybody had their own unique sound. You knew exactly who was rapping or who was singing.
Everyone had talent too.
Yeah, and
you had to have talent to get on.
And they were so distinctive to where you knew that was whoever.
So and so.
Yeah, you knew it. You didn't have to guess it. Now I'm like, who is that? Is that, so and I don't know anybody.
But if we say that to a young person, they'll say, we're old. Oh, you just being old fashioned.
Well, my daughter, she corrects me.
I'm old fashioned.
She corrects me and tells me, like I say, is that, so and so? And she's like, no, mine, that's, so and so.
They can make the distinction, though.
They
too. My sons
so
know
I guess,
who's who. I'm
I
like,
guess maybe we are old.
But my mom did that to us too. My mom and her friends, they did it to My mom didn't like rap music till she heard DMC say he went to St. John's University because my mother is collegiate and she has her degrees. Oh, man, he goes to school? Okay, I like that song. You can buy that one. Because he mentioned St. John's.
Well, she had her things.
Yeah, R&B. I was Patti LaBelle, So I think each generation has their taste.
Right.
And they hold steadfast to it,
So which talk about hip hop, what would you say is more like, what other secular of music would you say it's compared to? Like, would you say it's kind of like on the R&B side too, or jazzy side, or bluesy side?
Hip hop is its own monster. Is its own. I mean, monster with respect to is its own entity. But back then they had the R&B blended with the hip hop. A chick or sometimes a guy be singing the hook, but hip hop is about an oppressed people finally finding its voice, and I think it's DNA activation too.
Yeah, it probably is. And
that.
You know what else I see?
Because we don't remember our mother tongue.
What I hear in hip hop too sometimes is rock. Just from
they have that sound.
And
Run
from,
DMC.
Right, I was getting ready to say Run
DMC. What's the Caucasoid group? No disrespect. I mean Caucasoid.
The guy was on the guitar or
what's
whatever.
His name?
What's his name?
Walk
nobody
this way. But what's the
nobody knows. We're in the studio and nobody knows.
It's a Caucasian group would walk this way. What's that? And they'll be, oh, is she racist? No, I ain't. If I was racist, be peace restored on earth. Okay, racists can get away with anything. If I can get away with anything, my yacht would deport and peace will be restored on earth. Aerosmith, that would go.
Aerosmith.
No, Aerosmith shouldn't be watching this. No, how do you?
I don't know. So Aerosmith, yes, shout out to Aerosmith.
In the event, no disrespect.
We want everybody to watch.
So they did have a rock blend. Ice-T had a rock sounding song too. Didn't the Ghetto Boys have a rock song too?
I think so.
I like that, really.
I think so. So my point is this, like music is music, and it all kind of like gels together, but of course everybody does it.
All music is ruled by Neptune. That's what you're feeling.
Okay, that's what I'm feeling.
Everything has the rulership and dominion, but some music is oppressive. But music is ruled by Neptune. And Neptune rules ocean, waters, anything liquid,
Right.
liquor, semen. So Neptune rules life. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So that's what you're feeling. Music is 12th house. The Neptunes. As soon as I heard that name, I'm
I
like,
love the way Yachty just breaks stuff down. I don't want you to repeat that though.
no, Neptune, the Neptunes. I know why you named yourself the Neptunes. I was like, are they astrologers? What? How would they know that? If they know that by pure kismet, it's still magic. But if there's there's an Astro Mama in your family, Pharrell, I know it is. Or what's the Asian guy? What's his name? Because Libra rules Asians. So it's probably the Asian guy said his name was Neptune. Somebody, some elder done told y'all what Neptune rule.
Who rules us? Who rules
Melanated. Pisces. Neptune
that's
rules
right, you
Pisces.
told me.
Jupiter and Neptune rules Pisces. But
So-
Africa, well,
so the
Alkebulan is
music
Cancer,
ruled by
the motherland.
Neptune. The music.
All music is Neptune.
Okay.
All music is Neptune. Drugs, urban neighborhoods, that's Neptune. The reference is Sex and the Outer Planets, that book. And I don't know if the author's still alive. I told the author, you could give me a little thank you card in the email, but I don't think that author's still alive. That book, I don't trust no new books. If it's new, it ain't true. Dr. Yafa Bay said that. I don't trust nothing new because they tampering and trying to confuse future generations. So Sex and the Outer Planets is an older book. And that's why and also my former teacher, Mama Ah, she taught us this stuff. And, she has the books where you can go research yourself. Not just speaking it, you go read these books. And if it resonates as truth, keep it. If it doesn't, discard it,
Okay.
But yeah.
So what do you think? Where do you think music is heading? The hip hop music. I know we can say where it is. Now I'm gonna say this. I did a Facebook Live before we went live in the studio. So I talked to a gentleman outside, and he was telling me that what did he say? He said that he believes that it's going to be more conscious. That the rap is going to be more conscious.
He started out that way. You think they will allow it to be?
He said that he thinks it's going to go back to be. He said yes, it was some little stuff in the middle,
glitchy
but he
and
thinks
weird.
it's going to come back. So what do you think?
I hope so. That's the laws of nature, ebbing and flow. You can look at the ocean, it ebb and flow. That's how things are supposed to go, ebb and flow.
Yeah.
When you're alive in the hospital, things going like this, then flatline, you're like, oh, hell, something went wrong. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So the medical equipment is telling you life should ebb and flow. Your biorhythms, the ocean is telling you.
So you
ebb
think,
and flow.
so you would agree that it should be coming back
Let me answer the whole question. Let me get it all out. And y'all study disseminated wounds. If you don't like you like Sinclair from Single to Living Single? I've been called Sinclair before. If you don't like Sinclair, you don't like me. I don't give a shit. Just click off the shit, okay? But I'm telling you what it was going on. And when you have an oppressive entity, a hidden hand, the hidden pale hand, you see what I'm saying? When you have an oppressive entity that don't want, all beef is really about thwarting progress and thwarting truth. Unless it's legitimate beef, like someone popped you and you popped them back, that's legitimate beef. But if you initiating hostilities with someone who didn't initiate hostilities with you, that's not legitimate beef. So why are you targeting this person? You're trying to thwart progress or thwart evolution, thwart truth. Keep truth suppressed. You see what I'm saying? Now, the elder, blessings be upon her spirit, she's a grandmother of some twins too, DJ twins. I wouldn't even say the name, but she was a friend she was a neighbor of my friend Ridge. Hi Ridge, Brooklyn, what's up there? She was a friend of Ridge, you know what I'm saying? And he would go visit her and talk to her. Yeah, he's chocolate fine, dude. He was my boo thing. You're reading the memoir. Okay. He was that's his pseudonym in the memoir, Bridge.
Okay.
You read Taurus. You read about him in the memoir. We met I was 15. He was 20. He was telling me you got to wait till you grown like 18. Okay. Because I told him, I told him I thought I was 19. And my friend Bob, ex-friend Bob, gonna tell him she ain't no 19. I said, ain't this bitch here? But in any event, never mind Ridge. You can read Ridge in the memoir. Ridge used to go upstairs and speak to the old lady, be friends with her, and she would always tell him, everything thick thins out.
Okay.
You hear me when I tell you? Everything thick thins out. So I'm on the phone with him like, well, it's supposed to get thick again. If it's ebbing and flowing, it's supposed to get thick again. So in this context, that analogy is like thick is the truth. No disrespect to thin, because I need to get thin. What I'm saying to you is, the analogy is thick is the truth. So you would hope that they would allow hip hop to go back, at least have a variety. That's what a conscious mind should say, an aware person should say. Why is it only one thing? Why can't there be some diversity, some sort of, because the creator of the sun have different flowers, fish, there's different people. variety must be the creator's thing because there's so much different fauna. I've been to Costa Rica. I've been in the jungle. I didn't get no DMT. I should have got a little something of that. But I've been in the jungle where you see so many different flowers. Some are edible. I was scared too. Y'all, I was straight pussy in the jungle. I was scared the little kids had to guide me back from the beach. Those little Costa Rican kids ain't scared of shit. You know what I'm tell you? They go in the jungle at night, okay? Shout out to Costa Rica. I was scared. And I'm from Harlem. I thought I wasn't scared of shit. I'm in the jungle like, I want to go to the beach. Go to the beach and get in the water naked at night. You get lost in that jungle, girl. Ain't nothing. Little kids know they wait around that jungle, that Amazon. Okay. I got to go back, though, because they got a little, you should go. You can sit with the shaman in the cave and quiet for 3 days. Could you imagine me shutting the fuck up for 3 days?
I can't imagine.
Yeah, that bitch. Well, Gemini rules talking. You know, you can't. What Chris Rock said, if they had talking in the Olympics, a man wouldn't stand a chance. Remember he said this shit? I said, you got to be quiet in the cave for 3 days with a male shaman. Is he cute? We just sit quiet and don't say nothing. They was like, girl, I don't know if he cute and it matters, but quiet, nothing. And then he'll know what's wrong with you. He'll give you the herbs and all that after 3 days. In the cave in Costa Rica. We got to go back. We got to
hold that thought one time.
I know it ain't hip-hop. Everything is hip-hop. That's what hip-hop is.
I want to address my studio audience guests. If you all have a question or a comment, would y'all like to have a mic? Ned can hand you the mic. Do you have a question?
We have another
or a comment or something about hip-hop that you want to share, like your favorite song or what hip-hop, where you were when you first fell in love with hip hop, because I know everything.
Favorite song? What's your favorite song?
Give him a mic, Nat. Give him a mic. Don't you go anywhere.
I ain't go look around, look at the girls, what they tell.
Yeah, share with us your favorite. We gotta put some batteries in here. Hey Facebook. Hey everybody out there in Facebook world. You know you can still call in to 478-569-6474 if you have any questions, comments, or just want to express your love for hip-hop. So I was asking any of our studio audience guests if they wanted to share their favorite hip-hop or experience of when they fell in love with hip-hop. Anybody got the mic?
Yes, I have it. Sugar Hill Gang for me. I love Sugar Hill Gang. But anyway, it was probably in high school where, maybe middle school, 7th grade, where I was introduced to hip hop. Okay. So Sugar Hill Gang. Then from I guess up north, it moved down to south, and so we had our own little,
your own southern.
So what was your southern hip hop?
Tell us about that sound.
Southern, okay, well, I went to high school with Shadi, so he's known as Peter Jones. But anyway, he did that, then my aunt had a record shop, so we had all of the hip-hop albums in the store. I mean, from R&B, from hip-hop, from Sugar Hill Gang, from Houdini. I love Houdini.
Oh, freaks.
Run DMC. So we was exposed at a very young age. When it first came, we was just right around. So yeah, I can feel your when you was talking about being in the moment. Oh my God, the local DJs would come down to the record shop and get on the mic. Oh my goodness, yes, I did.
Did y'all have Park Jam in New York? We have something called 40 Park Jam. And we from St. Louis. We would walk to South. Oh, how y'all doing? You hear when 50 Cent talk about the South Side?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We would walk from St. Albans. As a kid, you could walk from here to the moon. You get tired. But we would walk from St. Albans to South Side, 40 Park. And back then, I don't even know if it's still that way. And I figured out that territorial thing. I'll get to that in a minute. It's dangerous to go to hoods where you don't know anybody. You run the risk of just getting beat up just because you don't know anybody. Yeah. But the girls would approach us and give us who y'all over here for? I think you over there for a dude. Mm-hmm. And my friends, even though we were from St. Albans, my best friend, she's a Leo, Sag Moon, Mars direct in Sag, first house. Astrologers, y'all know what it is, okay? And Scorpio ascendant, okay? So she would take on all the girls and fight and probably win. She don't give a shit. And then she gonna look at us, the rest of the crew, we all chubby, plump, non-combatants, talking about we go down together. No, bitch, we don't have to fight all these bitches. What's wrong? Let me do the negotiating and shit. But we would take the risk of getting jumped just to go to 40 Park Jams with the coke-ass life, Dada Rock. Oh, my God. But that's the 50 Cent territory over there. But I would talk to the girls. I'd be like, well, we're over here for the Park Jam. Are you ladies not attending? And because that's so weird, very Edith Bunker, Chrissy Snowish and shit, and Vera from Alice, it would throw them off. You know, sometimes they go, "Is this some Jedi mind trick or something?" Because you know, I wasn't speaking hood shit, but just let them know that you're over here for the jam.
Okay.
And they don't try to fight us. Because, you know, cutie put these 2 ponytails, you don't be cute. You know,
Let me ask. Let me ask.
Very hip hop.
Hope, you got any
Hey,
favorite?
y'all.
Hey, Hope. You got to jump in. It's like double dutch.
So, my fondest memory of hip hop, I grew up in the Bronx, so I was on Prospect, not too far from Forest Projects, where Fat Joe, Big Pun, grew up. Remy Ma, and the whole, I can't remember their squad name. There you go. Terror Squad. But my fondest memory would be Will Smith and Jazzy Fresh. Summertime.
Okay. I got something on that.
Time was dope.
I got something on that. I used to buy my brother a, where is he? He's not even online. I used to buy my brother a Will Smith album like every birthday, you know. So yeah, so that was I don't know if it was mine, but that's because I'm like 12 years older than my brother. So every time, you know, he had a birthday, I would get him you know, Will Smith, you know, out. I got him maybe 2, maybe 3, I don't know. But yeah, that's hot.
And they're still playing it on the radio now. Like I heard it just recently, maybe a week or 2 ago. Of course, the 90s, Biggie Smalls, Tupac, Little Kim, Foxy Brown.
Okay.
That was good. That's good music.
Kumo D.
Yes.
Kumo D.
My papa loved. That's all he knows, Kumo D, when we met. Because, you know, he's older, man. He do jazz.
The Get Fresh Crew.
Ooh, the Get Fresh Crew. The Get Fresh Crew.
The power of hip-hop. Let me tell you the power of hip-hop. Dougie Fresh's son.
I'm trying to catch my groove.
No, Dougie Fresh is Slick Rick Classics. But let me tell you
play
the power
some
of
music.
hip-hop. Dougie Fresh's son went to visit my niece. I hope my niece don't see this. Girl, I ain't going to tell your name. It's all right. But in the projects, Carver Projects, he went to visit. This is back in the day. He went to visit her. And that's that thing again. The guys in the projects was trying to fight him or just trying to encircle him like sharks. And a grown man was Harlem. Some grown man from there around the way knew that was Dougie Fresh's son. Of course, the son didn't say, "Wait, I'm Dougie Fresh's son." Because these guys are his peers. They may not even know whose daddy is. I don't know. I don't know they cared. But this is all hearsay. I wasn't there. This was told to me. Okay. Now, by reliable source, my niece's mother. Okay. So the guy came out of nowhere. He was like, "What are y'all doing?" And now, you know, grown men back in the days would interfere and intervene with little kids fighting. But now these kids today can be a little sinister. We don't get involved in that. But no, he got right in the middle, like, you know, well, what are you doing?
Yeah, broke it up.
Not him and not today.
Right.
And I'm like, really? And my sister-in-law was like, he did that because that was Dougie Fresh's son. And so he didn't even get to go see my niece or things of that nature. There was a comedian on Def Comedy Jam that talked about guys visiting girls in foreign hoods, and you could meet that kind of fate. It was just dangerous to visit somebody in another hood back then.
Okay, so this is one of our Facebook comments. It was Queen Mo said that Goody Mob is one of her favorites, and she also said that Field Mob is my family, and Darren Crawford, aka Smoke of FM, is my cousin.
Cool. I like Big Gip. That's Goody Mob. Yeah, I like Big Gip.
Okay, and then Nasa said that she's a 70 kid, so it was in junior high and high school when she was aware of it. She's from Houston. So we got all of it. We got the East, the West, and the South.
Ow.
In Houston. Yeah.
Global.
Right. And, you know, me being from Detroit, I think we pretty much got it all, too. Just in...
But who was y'all local rappers?
I don't even remember, to tell you the truth. So I don't even know if we had...
Y'all got to be official. For Biggie to say and around my Detroit players,
yeah,
y'all
so
official.
It probably was. See, I guess I'm just... I don't know. Who knows? I don't even
You wasn't
know.
plugged into hip hop, like really plugged in?
I was. I loved hip hop. I did, but I just don't remember. I don't remember. I don't know what's blocking me. Maybe you can work with me later.
No, man, everybody, Hobie told me she wasn't really plugged
But
in.
then she
but
named
she's
off
a native
a whole
New
bunch of
Yorker.
people.
Yeah, I was just so plugged in.
Right. I don't know, but I do know that that I'm excited about seeing whatever's going to come out of it, where it's going, because like I have, grandchildren, so, and my grandson, Aiden, he loves music, and his grandfather is a DJ. Okay. So he listens to a lot of different types of music, so he'll know if it's, one day that boy said was singing a soundtrack from Forrest Gump. It was a song on there. It came on the radio, and he was just started singing it. He was like, "Granny, this is from Forrest Gump," but he just like knew it. He knew the words and everything, Awesome. So yeah, so he's quite. So that's why I'm excited, because music, we know that it will never go away, but it's always going to be changes within it. So I'm just curious as to see about what hip hop is going to bring, because I think, and this is just my opinion, I think the sound of hip hop is missing a lot.
I know.
I mean, that the soul of it, right? Yeah. And I don't know. I think that maybe because it's mostly digital.
Analog is.
And because before, before it, even when they were mixing the music together, that was real music that they were mixing. Those were real instruments. So you had that blend, and now everything is digital, and I don't know if that's,
you don't even want to feel it.
Yeah, it's like I don't really. It's a couple of songs now that I'm really into. But new songs, and don't ask me to name them.
I was about to say, tell me, because I'll go home and play it.
I can't. But when I hear it, I'm like, yeah, that's my song right there. And it's hip hop. And my mom was a favorite. I mean, she loved hip hop. She loved 50 Cent. And that was her thing. I remember when he had that one song out that
his first album was hot.
Was it the In the Club or my party?
It's your birthday.
It's your birthday. Oh my God, that was my mama's song. It's your birthday. And she used to
go
say,
shorty. It's your birthday.
That's it.
It's still a hit.
She would turn that up and be like, just turn that up. It's your birthday. Go shorty. So she really loved that. And
his auntie, who's my coworker in Queens
really?
At the hospital, yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to her.
It's so much. It's a lot of fascinating parts to our music. And if you could change anything in hip hop, what would that be?
Well, I would definitely change with more variety, not just one. I guess to them, like you said, there's not one sound to them. They can just. The young people have a distinction. They know who's who. I don't know. To me, my ear, it sounds all the same. But I would just change. Everything shouldn't have to be about There was a music about violence and sex and drugs. Can they talk about something else? That's what we had back then. They had sex in some songs and things of that nature. But you had party music. You had music about going outside, and I wish I could be a lot more taller. It just was a variety of different subject matters.
Right.
And it looked like it's just one subject matter each song.
I think it lacks, so that's saying that it's kind of like saying then that it lacks creativity for the most part. Because
subject matter is the same.
Because subject matter is creativity, and you have to explore something. One thing I do like about Lil Wayne's writing is you could tell that he studies music, because he'll say something, just in some of his lyrics.
I know him. I don't know too many of his songs.
He'll say something. I'll be like, oh wow, and I know he's very smart. So and he's another one that brought in other things in rapping. Like he brought in some rock, and he, he's done a lot of things. They're going through a lot of stuff. But
I think they coined bling. Didn't he coin bling?
Did he?
The word bling? Yeah, I don't think they copywrote it in time. I saw a documentary with them.
Okay.
So if he coined bling, that's smart. That's brilliant.
Yeah. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to come back and fill you guys on in some more information. And remember, you still can you still have time. So go to Facebook and share this video. It will go out. It will drop in other people's timeline that maybe not able to tune in right now. They can leave us a comment. We're going to respond back to them at any time. You can also call the studio 478-569-6474. I did that without my glasses. Yes.
Peace.
So we'll be right back.
Peace.
The biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
Gloveless. See, this is what I do. I cause these words to serenade you. Do I have your attention? It may take some time, so don't try to find it in this rhyme. My place is not for a petite bath. I'm here to soak down deep in your mind. And like a sponge, my desires to soak up all your thoughts. Play with Cupid's arrow until you get caught behind the sharp spear that whispers in your ear. From old school to new school ballads and iTunes, keep up with the snapping new jack. Yeah, you deserve a big pat on the back. Or should I sit in your lap, dancing? I'll be your private dancer. No money's needed, I'll do it for fun. Sex in the city or in the ride. Pull up in the driveway, happy days. Baby, they're here to stay. Tickets to the show, mystery, sci-fi, or drama. Bring on the comedy. Did I just wet my pants or was that a dream? Expand on them in detention. 15 rounds in the ring. Heavyweight champion. My heart is capable of more. And when you think of me, I want you to believe that our paths were destined to cross. You'll fall to the floor, knocked out. Because the joy in my heart was once lost.
The biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
Hey guys, that was just a quick pause for the cause. And before we leave out of hip hop, we want to talk about a couple more things. One thing about the pioneer women in hip hop.
Oh yes.
All right. So some of my favorites is Queen Latifah, and just how she's just. It's a brand now.
Yes,
it's
regal,
a brand.
regal.
She's regal.
Yes,
she
yes.
is definitely
the
queen. You know, her makeup line, her movies, her
posture,
her whole image is just great. Mm-hmm. And another favorite somebody mentioned was Roxanne. What you say? Roxanne
Shante? No, not that.
Not that Roxanne.
No, it could be your favorite.
I like that Roxanne
Shante from the Queensbridge.
Okay.
I met her on the train station.
And what else? Who else?
Oh, MC Light.
MC Light.
Oh, God, I was just listening to Cha Cha Cha. That beat on Cha Cha Cha. Oh, my. And Milk is chilling. And MC Light, girl, I love you.
Okay. So my question is this. Why, it seemed like we lacking female.
I know it's like it's just one.
It's just like one or two or little
we had so
here.
many back then, from Yo-Yo
now?
to...
Nicki Minaj? Yeah.
Just one.
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki and Remy.
And
Remy's coming up the ranks, you know, but it seems like they won't let other women in. They had that show Sisterhood of Hip Hop, but I don't see.
You got a mic.
Oh, you know what I heard? That the women, it costs too much money to kind of brand them and get them started. It's easier for a guy. They have to do all of this. I just heard this from.
The excuse they use.
That's the excuse they're going
That's
with.
an excuse.
Sexism, misogyny.
Sexism. I mean, that's what I heard on a radio talk show one morning.
Well, we just know women are under attack anyway, so it's no surprise that they're holding back. You know, artists.
Your expression.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But in celebration of hip hop, Missy, MC Light, Salt and Pepper,
Lil' Kim, Foxy. Was it not Trouble? It's another one, Trouble. Oh, I can't think of her name, but Bahama Dia, Lauryn Hill, Miss Hill.
Facebook, if you got a favorite female hip hop artist,
let us know.
Let us know.
But I know there's someone I may be overlooking, but they was just Antoinette, Sweet Tea from Queens. Sweet Tea, me and you got Trey in common. Shout out to Z.
Okay, one other thing I want to talk about. Street battles. How big was street battles back in the day?
That can just happen on any corner in the hood. Just a
and that was the same
that
thing
could just come out. That could happen out
with
of
the
nowhere.
dancing and everything, right? They would break dancing,
especially in the Bronx. They would just, and you don't have to plan. It's not calculated. You just on the corner chilling, and it'll just start out of nowhere. That's what hip hop is. I think hip hop is activating your DNA. It's dormant. DNA is data in the blood, encoding information from your ancestors. Even everything you think, anything you think and do is in your blood.
Right.
That still remains in your blood, in your with your lineage, your descendants. So, say you learn how to fly a plane, you become a pilot, and your great granddaughter wants to. I want to take pilot lessons.
Right.
And then she's like, oh, I'm doing this real good. Oh, wow, you think I get the hang of this so good? That's because the information to do that is already in our blood. There. So that's why they oppress us.
Right.
Because our ancestors were great. Even if they were just sane, ordinary people, that's great, according to an oppressor, because they want you to be insane and inferior and oppressed.
Right.
So just being of good nature, good, pure ilk, that is divine. That's pure divinity, and that's what helps you ascend. So whatever you do, that you do well, somebody in your lineage already did it.
Right.
It's a gift. The blood is the gift. The information is in the blood.
Yeah.
So activate it. Do different things to activate what's already in you. And that's hip hop to me.
Yeah. That's also a part of being creative. And we have an extra dose of creativity in our blood.
Melanin.
We do. So that's another big plus. Now, I'm just going to leave you here while I wrap up. I'm not going to cut.
Okay.
So I just want to let everybody know what we have going on here. You know, of course, we come to you live in the Instinct Radio studios every first Sunday right here on the Instinct Radio platform. Please, if you haven't done so, download the app, share this video, and because someone texted me and they said that they had a problem with streaming. That's what happens with Facebook. You'll get a much better reception if you go on to the app and you download or you watch it from instinctradio.net. If you watch it that way, then you can flash it and then go I Am Enough Talk Show and it'll pop right up. So just remember to let us know if you want to create a show. You know, I'm available to help you put your concept together, to give you some pointers, some tips, walking you through that whole entire process. Another thing with advertising and just getting you some sponsors, because there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes of radio. You know, I am a host because this is what I love to do. I don't like doing the things that other people do. You know, that's not my gift. So this is my gift. So this is the best way for me to utilize my gift. But I just want to encourage you to think about this platform, though, as far as how it can just help you expand your brand, your business, or your personal brand. You know, to anytime you have a platform where you can bring real information, you can help people out. You know, that's just great for the whole environment as a whole. And we'll be back here next month, same time, same station. It is a holiday weekend, I believe.
Yeah.
Right?
Labor
weekend, right, Matt?
That's what they call it.
I think so. Yeah, next month. Next month. That'll be the 3rd. Is that the holiday? Holiday? Okay, yeah. So that's a holiday weekend. The kids are back in school here in the South. In the North, they go back after Labor Day. And and if you want to get in touch with us, just send us a quick email to IamEnoughTalkShow@gmail.com, and we'll be more than happy to answer any questions or address anything that you want to talk about on that as well. And do we have anything coming up? We had to postpone our Astro party, but we're thinking we're going to get it back on the calendar for the 23rd.
Full equinox.
Full equinox.
Season.
It'll be a new moon, right?
Full equinox. That is new moon. Yeah, that's new moon. September 20th is a new moon.
New moon time. So that'll be a great thing going on there. And I just want to remind everybody to always follow your dream, follow your heart, tap into whatever makes you happy, okay? Because we only get this one shot at life, this life. I don't know about what happens after. I'm talking about right now, today. And I really feel like if we all paid attention to what's our driving force of our energy and what really, really excites us, that we can make a whole lot of things happen. That we're just scratching the surface of our greatness. And I hate to see you walk away with all your talents. I hate to see you get buried with all of those things trapped inside of you, because it can happen just like that. So I want to encourage everybody to reach in deep, grab your greatness, and let's run with it. Also, I will be back on doing my morning calls at 6 a.m. Monday through Friday. Wake Up Winning. I have been away. I had to get me together. I thank everybody for praying for me. I thank everybody for just everything that they did. I thank you personally. I've already done that. I'm thanking you again. Yadi brought me candles over. She helped me a lot with a lot of great things. Renee's been right there by my side. You know, I call her, Renee, come on over. She just gets in the car and comes. So one thing about it is, when you are going through something, you got to recognize that you're going through something. And I knew I was going through something. Losing, and I don't even like the word losing, but with my mom making her transition, and now I don't have my mom to that where I could physically go lay my head on her shoulder. It is, it's just doing something, you know, but it's also keeping me connected to her spirit, because I had been talking prior to her making her transition. I had been talking a lot about ancestral and how we need to call on our ancestors. So I'm just thinking that maybe that was the lesson for me. So in times of my not so happy moments, I'm like, okay, fine, Ma, what you want me to do here? And I just want to share with you real quick. Yesterday was my first time performing since last Saturday, and which was her memorial. And I fought with that. I laid on the chair. I flipped on the couch. I was like, I don't think I can do this. I don't want to do it. That's what I was saying. And then I prayed, and then I turned over in my big comfy chair, and I started talking to my mom, and I just asked her, I said, Mom, what would you have me do? She said, get up. She said, get up. Go. And one thing about it is, if you purchase my book or if you read my book, I speak a lot about my mother, the good times and the bad times. And one thing about it is, when I say that my mom imparted a lot in me, and I know that I have a responsibility, and that responsibility is because of her. And I just want to share this with y'all. Now, I inherited my mom's Bible. My mother was the true writer, because she wrote all the time. She sent everybody cards. She sent everybody, just acknowledgments and stuff like that. So in her Bible, and I said this, I said, she left me, I am now the keeper of memories. Right? I'm now the keeper. I'm not going to cry, okay? But if I do, just pass the tissue. I'm now the keeper of memories. So I open up her big Bible, and everything is in there. Every birth date from my ancestors. Every beginning and end, beginning and end, beginning and end. And then there was a page, I unfolded it, and it had my grandfather, and it had her name, and she said 3 children, and then it had each one of our names. And so I had to go in the book and put her date. I said I wasn't going to cry.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
So I had to go in the book and put her date down. I own the book now. So now I'm the keeper of memories. I just want to encourage you. Love people while they're here. I love my mom. It wasn't nothing that I wouldn't do for her. She couldn't call me no time, day or night, that I wouldn't come. I don't have no regrets on our life together. But I just want to encourage you. Love the people that mean so much to you now, because giving them flowers when they leave, they can't smell them. You only need to bring your gifts to people that are alive. That's why I love my small, tiny, small circle of friends, because I know that they really have my back, because they bring me my gifts now. Okay? That's my time. I am the motivational queen, and I'm going to keep motivating you, because that's what I came here to do. All right? So until we meet again, you be brave, you be walking your courage, you walk in your greatness, you are dynamic, and yes, you are enough to do anything that you want to do. Bye for now. Peace. I'm out. Love you. Love you. Love you.
The biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.